Once people pass the age of 60, many begin to accept nighttime leg cramps as something that simply comes with getting older. Yet, this belief is misleading. These cramps are not just a natural part of aging, but rather a quiet warning from the body that muscles and nerves are starved of essential nutrients. Each time a calf seizes or a foot jerks in the middle of the night, it is not random. It is the body's way of saying that electrolytes are running low, that the diet is falling short, and that daily habits may be gradually stealing strength, interrupting sleep, and narrowing independence. The hopeful news is that the body has a remarkable ability to recover naturally if given the right fuel, and one of the most powerful yet overlooked foods for this purpose is the avocado. For years, this fruit was dismissed as too fatty, not sweet enough, not glamorous. Yet today, science confirms what traditional diets knew long ago. The avocado is a medicinal food in its own right, especially for older adults. It is not merely a trend to spread on toast, but a natural tool that calms muscles, steadies the nervous system, protects the heart, and helps maintain mobility. During the era when low-fat diets swept across America, avocados nearly vanished from the average household. Once researchers revealed the essential role of healthy fats, however, the fruit made a strong comeback. For seniors, its value is even greater because it offers something rare: potassium and magnesium together in a ratio the body recognizes and absorbs easily. After 60, electrolyte balance becomes fragile. Potassium drains faster, magnesium slips away silently, and muscles react with cramps, twitches, and stiffness. Those sharp pains that wake you in the middle of the night, that sudden tightening of the calf while walking, or that heavy, tense back are not coincidences. They are signals that the reserves are running low. Here is where avocados excel. A single fruit can provide nearly 700 milligrams of potassium, more than a banana, without sending blood sugar soaring. Bananas may still have benefits, but for seniors with slower metabolism and less activity, the sugar load can trigger unwanted spikes and crashes. Avocados deliver their minerals wrapped in healthy monounsaturated fats that keep blood sugar steady, reduce inflammation, and nourish the cardiovascular system, offering a safer and steadier benefit. Magnesium, often overlooked, is no less important. This mineral helps muscles relax and keeps the heartbeat regular. When levels fall too low, muscles never fully release, leaving them tense and heavy, and even causing irregular rhythms in the heart. Avocados are among the few foods that supply both potassium and magnesium together, making them a powerful ally against cramps and restless legs. They also contain phytosterols and antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, compounds that protect nerves from the wear and tear of oxidative stress, the slow decay caused by age and pollution. Feeling unsteady on your feet is often blamed on age alone, but in many cases it is nutritional imbalance. Avocados help correct that imbalance and restore a sense of balance and coordination. The advantages go further. Potassium helps relax blood vessel walls, easing circulation and lowering blood pressure. Fiber slows digestion, stabilizes cholesterol, and keeps blood sugar from swinging wildly. The healthy fats in avocados also support the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins such as A, D, E, and K, nutrients that become harder to use efficiently with age. Even the mind benefits. Small amounts of B vitamins and folate in avocados help lift mood, sharpen focus, and reduce mental fog. Proper nourishment translates into emotional steadiness and clearer thinking. Food is never just fuel, it is communication, a direct signal to the body on how to function. How avocados are eaten matters. The simpler the preparation, the better. Half an avocado with a sprinkle of sea salt and a drizzle of olive oil can be enough. Mashed on whole grain toast, blended into a smoothie with spinach, or sliced into a salad with lemon juice, it fits easily into any routine. What should be avoided are deep-fried versions or sugar-laden toppings, which cancel out the very benefits you are seeking. The ideal amount is about half an avocado a day, sufficient to restore key minerals without excess calories. Combining it with leafy greens or a handful of nuts in the same meal can make absorption even more effective. With a single fruit, the heart, brain, nerves, and digestive system are supported simultaneously. Strong legs at any age are symbols of independence. Night cramps, stiff steps, or heavy muscles should not be accepted as the price of aging, but understood as reminders that the body is in need. The avocado, with its unique blend of potassium, magnesium, antioxidants, and healthy fats, is far more than a culinary trend. It is a timeless remedy with no side effects, only the kind of nourishment the body welcomes and understands. Every meal is a choice, either to inflame the body or to sustain it, and with an avocado on the plate, the choice becomes remarkably simple. While many think of sweet potatoes as nothing more than a colorful side dish, few realize that this humble root is one of the most powerful foods available to older adults struggling with muscle cramps, weakness, or fatigue. More than just comfort food, sweet potatoes deliver a balanced supply of minerals and slow-burning energy that help restore electrolytes, steady the nervous system, and keep the body resilient with age. For those past 60 who find themselves waking at night with calves in painful spasm or tiring quickly after a short walk, sweet potatoes can be a natural and reliable solution. Cramps and muscle stiffness are often assumed to be caused only by dehydration, yet the deeper issue is usually electrolyte imbalance. 3 minerals in particular govern how smoothly muscles contract and relax and how nerves send their signals: magnesium, potassium, and calcium. Magnesium allows muscle fibers to release, potassium ensures contractions are fluid and controlled, and calcium acts like an electrical spark that coordinates it all. When even one of these elements is missing, the result is pain, stiffness, twitching, or weakness. While supplements attempt to fill the gap, pills are often poorly absorbed. Sweet potatoes, by contrast, deliver these minerals together in natural harmony within a whole food that the body recognizes, digests, and uses with ease. What sets sweet potatoes apart from other starchy foods is the nature of their carbohydrates. Unlike refined sugar or white potatoes, they break down slowly, releasing energy over hours rather than minutes. This is particularly critical for seniors whose insulin response weakens with age. Quick sugar spikes are harder to manage and often lead to energy crashes, inflammation, and fatigue. Sweet potatoes, sitting lower on the glycemic index, help prevent these roller coaster effects. They offer a steady stream of fuel that supports both body and mind without causing the kind of sudden slump that makes daily activities feel overwhelming. Beyond minerals and energy, sweet potatoes are also packed with beta-carotene, a plant antioxidant that the body converts into vitamin A. This vitamin is vital for eyesight, skin renewal, and immune defenses. With age, vision at night dims, skin takes longer to heal, and the respiratory tract becomes more vulnerable to infections. Beta-carotene steps in as a shield, protecting the retina, supporting night vision, strengthening mucous membranes, and giving the immune system a boost. In each serving of sweet potato, the body receives not just support for tired muscles, but also a layer of defense against the slow decline that aging brings. The fiber content in sweet potatoes is another asset, particularly for older adults who struggle with constipation, bloating, or irregular digestion, often worsened by medication. Natural fiber acts like a gentle broom, keeping the intestines clear while feeding the beneficial gut bacteria that influence not only digestion but mood and cognition. A healthier gut means smoother elimination, fewer discomforts, and even a more stable outlook day to day. How sweet potatoes are prepared makes a difference. Overboiling can leach minerals into the cooking water, reducing their benefits. Steaming, roasting, or baking preserves nutrients while bringing out their natural sweetness. A simple drizzle of olive oil and a pinch of sea salt are enough. For those seeking greater anti-inflammatory power, mashing them with turmeric and black pepper adds a warming flavor and extra support for joints and stiff muscles. Sweet potatoes also combine beautifully with healthy fats, which help the body absorb fat-soluble vitamins A and E. Adding avocado slices, a spoonful of tahini, or ground flaxseed transforms a basic dish into a functional recovery meal for muscles, joints, and nerves. Consistency matters more than intensity. Eating sweet potatoes 3 or 4 times a week provides enough steady intake of magnesium and potassium to prevent cramps and support digestion. The point is not that the body is failing with age, but that it is undernourished. Many symptoms attributed to just getting old are really the result of missing deep nutrition. Sweet potatoes, inexpensive and readily available, are medicinal in the truest sense. Unlike synthetic powders or heavily processed supplements, The body knows exactly what to do with them. Digest gently, distribute nutrients efficiently, and translate them into energy, stability, and clarity. Every roasted or steamed sweet potato carries more than flavor. It carries strength. It soothes sore muscles after activity, replenishes glycogen reserves, and restores balance to nerve function. It does so without overwhelming the system, without creating crashes or dependency. This is the quiet power of whole foods. They heal not with force, but with harmony. For seniors who have endured restless nights and sluggish days, the addition of this humble root can mark the difference between exhaustion and energy, between frustration and comfort. The message embedded in the sweet potato is simple yet profound. When the body signals distress with cramps or stiffness, what it truly craves is not another pain cream or pill, but nourishment from the earth itself. Food like this has been supporting human life for thousands of years, long before modern medicine or processed powders existed. By choosing to eat sweet potatoes regularly, older adults are not indulging in a side dish, but embracing a natural remedy that aligns perfectly with the body's needs. It is a reminder that healing often comes not from something exotic or complicated, but from the simple, brightly colored roots that have always grown quietly in the ground, waiting to restore balance when given a chance. While avocados and sweet potatoes are widely recognized, pumpkin seeds, tiny kernels often tossed aside after carving a pumpkin, are a nutritional treasure too often overlooked. These small, unassuming seeds carry within them a concentrated supply of minerals, healthy fats, and antioxidants that make them one of the most powerful natural tools for older adults seeking relief from cramps, restless legs, and sleepless nights. They may look ordinary, but a single handful can deliver a profound difference in how the body feels and functions. The first nutrient that stands out in pumpkin seeds is magnesium. It is responsible for more than 300 biochemical processes in the body, including muscle contraction, nerve signaling, and sleep regulation. Yet surveys consistently show that most adults, especially seniors, are significantly deficient in this mineral. The reasons go beyond diet. Stress, common medications, unstable blood sugar, and even coffee gradually drain magnesium reserves. When levels drop too low, the body responds with telltale signs: calves that tighten suddenly at night, twitching in the arches of the feet, a restless feeling in the legs, or even irregular heartbeats. Instead of turning only to pills, which may not absorb efficiently, just 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds, about a small handful, can provide up to 40% of the daily magnesium requirement, and in a form the body immediately understands and can use. Magnesium, however, is only part of the story. Pumpkin seeds are also rich in zinc, a mineral that plays a vital role in repairing nerve tissue, balancing hormones, and strengthening immunity. With age, the body's ability to absorb zinc declines, leaving wounds slow to heal, inflammation more likely, and the nervous system prone to imbalance. By eating pumpkin seeds regularly, older adults can restore some of this natural equilibrium, reduce hidden inflammation, and regain sharper responsiveness. Zinc also contributes to a calmer state of mind, helping ease that wired but tired feeling many seniors know too well. On top of minerals, pumpkin seeds contain powerful antioxidants, including vitamin E and lignans, which help sweep away damaging free radicals that accelerate muscle fatigue, stiff joints, and morning soreness. Many people in later life describe waking up stiff and sluggish, as though the body has aged overnight. Often, this is not simply getting old, but oxidative stress. By clearing away cellular waste and calming inflammation, pumpkin seeds allow muscles and joints to recover more gently, without the need for heavy medications or quick fixes that mask rather than solve the problem. One of the most surprising benefits seniors report from adding pumpkin seeds to their diet is improved sleep. These seeds do not make a person drowsy. Instead, the magnesium within them helps relax the nervous system and supports the natural production of melatonin, the hormone that governs sleep cycles. With this foundation in place, sleep becomes deeper, less interrupted, and more restorative. Fewer nighttime cramps, less tossing and turning, and calmer nerves all translate into mornings that begin with clarity and energy rather than exhaustion. Pumpkin seeds also deliver healthy fats and plant-based protein, creating a snack that satisfies hunger, aids recovery, and steadies energy without spiking blood sugar. Many seniors fall into the trap of reaching for sweets when energy dips, only to crash afterward. By contrast, a handful of pumpkin seeds provides steady nourishment, helping muscles stay calm and functional while keeping cravings at bay. They prove that snacking, when done with the right food, can actually heal rather than harm. Their convenience is another major strength. There is no need for elaborate recipes or complicated preparation. A small jar of raw or dry roasted pumpkin seeds kept on the counter is enough to encourage daily use. They can be sprinkled over oatmeal at breakfast, tossed into a salad for crunch, blended into a smoothie, or eaten alone as an afternoon pick-me-up. Pairing them with a small piece of fruit or a square of dark chocolate, another magnesium-rich food, creates a balanced snack that feeds both muscles and the brain. It is important, however, to choose them wisely. Many packaged versions are coated in cheap oils, heavy salt, or flavored powders that erase their benefits. The cleanest versions are raw or lightly roasted without additives. And like all nutritional habits, consistency is what counts. Eating a handful once a week is not enough to rebuild depleted reserves accumulated over years. But making them a daily ritual can gradually restore the foundation of mineral balance, ease nighttime discomfort, and bring back strength and stability to everyday life. Perhaps the greatest message hidden in these small seeds is that the body does not always need more medication. It needs the building blocks it has been missing. When the legs stop cramping at night, when sleep becomes whole again, when energy is steady rather than erratic, it is not a miracle, but a reflection of nourishment finally meeting need. Pumpkin seeds remind us that sometimes the most powerful solutions are also the simplest. They are proof that the body responds best to what is real, whole, and natural. For older adults seeking independence and freedom, these seeds represent far more than a snack. They symbolize the ability to calm the body without drugs, to sleep soundly without struggle, to wake without dread of pain. Each small serving is a quiet investment in strength, steadiness, and dignity. And though they may be easy to overlook, once embraced, pumpkin seeds can become a daily ally in the pursuit of health, showing that even the smallest, humblest foods can carry the greatest impact when given the chance. The human body, especially after the age of 60, is much like a finely tuned machine that has been running for decades. Without the right fuel, it begins to falter, sending signals of distress. Nighttime cramps, trembling legs, shallow sleep, or persistent stiffness are not punishments of old age, but calls for help, messages from muscles, nerves, and bones that something essential is missing. Too often, people ignore these warnings, believing decline to be unavoidable, resigning themselves to creams, pills, and disappointment when nothing changes. Yet the body does not cry out for miracle drugs or complicated procedures. It asks for something much simpler, the basic building blocks of life it has always needed, and that nature continues to provide. Food is not just sustenance. It is a conversation with the body, a form of feedback that tells each cell how to repair, how to rest, how to move. Choosing an avocado rich in potassium and magnesium is not just a snack. It is a way of signaling to the nervous system and heart that balance is being restored. Eating sweet potatoes delivers more than flavor. It provides magnesium, potassium, and calcium in a form that muscles and nerves understand, while offering slow energy and vitamin A for eyes, skin, and immunity. Taking a handful of pumpkin seeds is not merely a nibble. It is a way of feeding the body magnesium, zinc, and antioxidants that quiet the nerves, reduce inflammation, and invite deep, unbroken sleep. None of these foods are exotic or expensive, yet together they build a foundation that modern supplements rarely match. What matters most is rhythm. The body cannot heal on a single dose of nutrients, nor can it thrive on occasional effort. It depends on consistent patterns, a steady flow of minerals and nourishment to rebuild what time erodes. Magnesium will not relax muscles if it arrives once a month, nor will potassium restore function if it is absent for days on end. The body thrives on repetition, on the daily act of providing what it needs in harmony with its design. That is why the key is not just eating these foods once in a while, but making them part of the daily rhythm, a ritual of strength and stability. Each meal is more than a matter of taste. It is a choice with lasting consequences. A handful of pumpkin seeds in the afternoon says to the body, "Relax, rest will come tonight." Slicing an avocado with olive oil and sea salt says, here is calm for your nerves, steadiness for your heartbeat. Roasting a sweet potato with turmeric and pepper says, your joints and muscles will ease, your energy will not betray you. These are simple actions, repeated quietly, but together they shape how the body ages, how gracefully or painfully the years unfold. The deeper value lies in what these choices preserve. Legs are not only tools of movement, they are symbols of independence and dignity. Strong legs carry the freedom to walk into the sunshine, to stroll through a park, to stand in line without fear of fatigue, to visit friends and family with confidence. Restful sleep brings the clarity to enjoy a new day rather than dread it. Muscles free of cramps and nerves free of agitation allow older adults to know that their bodies still hold potential, that aging is not the same as surrender. True freedom is not found in youth regained, but in mobility preserved, in being able to live without dependence. This is why the foods chosen each day matter more than most realize. They are not trivial details of diet, but the architecture of health, determining whether the years ahead will be lived with vigor or limitation. A ripe avocado, a roasted sweet potato, a handful of pumpkin seeds may stand between a restless night and a peaceful one, between hesitant steps and steady strides, between feeling imprisoned by the body and living with confidence. These are not luxuries. They are tools of resilience, accessible to anyone willing to choose them consistently. The lesson is clear. The body does not require complicated interventions. It requires attention, respect, and the steady nourishment it has always thrived on. Food, when chosen wisely, becomes medicine, not the reactive kind taken when things break, but the preventive kind that keeps life whole. Avocados, sweet potatoes, and pumpkin seeds are not trends. They are timeless allies, rooted in human history, ready to restore balance when invited into the daily rhythm of life. Their effects accumulate not in sudden miracles, but in steady strength, calmer nights, and clearer days. So the next time a leg tightens in the night or exhaustion weighs down the morning, the solution is not only in rubbing the pain away or reaching for another pill. It lies in looking at the plate, in asking whether the body has been given what it has been missing. And if the answer is no, the path forward is surprisingly simple. Half an avocado, a roasted sweet potato, a handful of pumpkin seeds. These small, consistent choices are what restore energy, dignity, and independence. They are not about turning back the clock, but about making the years ahead stronger, steadier, and more free. For in the end, freedom is not measured in appearance or speed, but in the ability to move, to rest, and to live each day without fear. That freedom begins not in a pharmacy, but at the dinner table.